Hello and welcome to CoreTV News at 4. I am Frank Omalaped and here are some of the reports we're filing now. Reports says Nigerian army troops are currently engaged in raging battle to repel Boko Haram insurgents who made a coordinated incursion into both Maiduguri and Monguno in Borno State capital. The early morning attack on is said to have been a three-pronged assault in Maiduguri from the direction of Damaturu in Yobe State. The defense headquarters has also confirmed the attacks in a series of tweets on its official Twitter handle. The defense headquarters also disclosed that an indefinite curfew has been imposed on Maiduguri. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Atairu Jega, has assured Nigerians that its database is well fortified and cannot be hacked. As alleged recently, the INEC chairman made the assertion on Friday evening during a town hall meeting hosted by BBC Media Action's Talk Your Own radio program held at Proti Hotel, Asokoro in Abuja. The INEC chairman, who answered various questions from participants, says he is confident that the security features that are in place will make it virtually impossible for the database to be hacked. Though he considered it does not stop people from trying, but added they will not succeed and the hacking is only possible if your data is online, adding that INEC's data is not online. When asked on the possibility of his staff compromising the data, Jega says it is not possible, but measures are in place to prevent this, and even if a member of staff does so, the culprit will be found out through control measures by the Commission. While admitting that there have been challenges in the production and distribution of permanent voter cards, Jega, however, cleared the air on INEC's preparedness to conduct the February polls due to such challenges, declaring that the Commission is ready. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission has flagged political parties for vandalizing campaign posters and billboards mounted by their opponents. Chief Press Secretary to INEC Chairman Kayode Ido says the actions of the parties are in violation of the Commission's Code of Conduct for political parties. According to Ido, Section 7 of the code states that during campaigns, no political party or candidate should resort to use of inflammatory language, provocative actions, images, or manifestations that incite violence, hatred, contempt, or intimidation against another party or candidate or any person or group of persons or on grounds of ethnicity or gender or for any other reason. He also cited Section 14, which states no political party or candidate shall prevent other parties or candidates from posting their posters or distributing their leaflets, handbills, and other publicity materials in public places. There have been several reports of such acts of vandalism, several of which came from the two main parties, the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress. Earlier this month, campaign billboards of the PDP's presidential candidate, Goodluck Jonathan, were reportedly destroyed by unknown persons in Abuja. Battle-ready soldiers have reportedly taken over the Adoke Amiesimaka Stadium located in Iguru Talali in Ikwere local government area ahead President Goodluck Jonathan campaign rally in the stadium. Jonathan is expected to be at the presidential rally of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers on January 28th. While the state government refused to approve the application from the state PDP for the use of the Adoke Amiesimaka Stadium for his presidential rally, soldiers reportedly took over the place on Friday night. Tony Okocha, Chief of Staff to Governor Rotimi Amechi, described the action of the PDP and the presidency, who might have directed soldiers to forcibly enter the stadium as criminal. Okocha called for calm and promised that the matter will be reported to the international community. Political thugs suspected to be working for the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State invaded the venue of the All Progressive Congress governorship rally in Okrika local government area of the state in early hours of Saturday, destroying equipment being set up for the exercise. The armed youth, according to the APC chairman in Okrika, Christian Asifamaka, shot sporadically at about 3:45 a.m. at the venue of the party's governorship campaign. Asifamaka said in a statement that the hoodlums threw dynamite into the National School Field venue of the rally in Okrika. destroy the podium already set up for the program and other facilities in the arena. Wife of President Goodluck Jonathan, Patient hails from Okrika. Rivers State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Ibim Semenetari, said more youth had invaded the venue of the APC governorship rally for the second time and continue with the destruction of equipment mounted at the place for the exercise unchallenged. Semenetari explained that policemen who were with armored personnel carrier drove off, adding that APC supporters were currently under siege in Okrika. And now the All Progressive Congress has accused the People's Democratic Party of sponsoring the attacks on President Goodluck Jonathan in Katsina and Bauchi State as part of its plan to demonize the opposition and force a postponement of next month's general elections. In a statement in Lagos on Saturday by its National Publicity Secretary Lai Mohammed, the party said the coordinated historical reactions to the attacks by the presidency, Senate President David Mark and the leadership of the Ijaw Nation has exposed the sponsors of the attacks. It said those who had raised their voices in condemning the attacks should direct their anger at the PDP, which the party alleged hired the hoodlums who attacked the president in Katsina and Bauchi and gave them brooms in a bid to make them look like APC supporters. The party said the presidency distorted facts when he accused the APC of breaching the Abuja Peace Accord that was signed by the presidential candidate of the various political parties, alleging that the PDP and its band of thugs did not allow the ink with which the agreement was signed to dry before they started breaching it. The youth wing of the APS Igbo socio-cultural organization, the Ohaneze Indigbo, has condemned in strong terms the recent attacks on the campaign train of President Goodluck Jonathan in Katsina and Bauchi State. The national president of Ohaneze Youth Council, Okechukwu Isiguzoro, speaking in Muha, says Igbo youth will use their vote as a reprisal weapon against any attack on Jonathan. He called on the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Muhammad Buhari, to caution his supporters. Isiguzoro says Buhari cannot be trusted with the security of Nigeria if he cannot control his supporters. He also called on Igbo resident in North to be vigilant and defend themselves against electoral violence, warning that Ohaneze youth will no longer tolerate wanton destruction of lives and property of Igbos in the North, all in the name of electoral violence. Also condemning the attacks on Jonathan Convoy, the acting national chairman of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, Chris Uche, said the development was a danger signal to Nigeria's democratic experiment. The police high command is set to crack down on political thugs, miscreants, and their sponsors as political campaigns continues across the country. Police spokesman Emmanuel Lojuku told journalists in Abuja that the force is prepared to apply the full weight of the law on any political actor, sponsor, or foot soldiers who resort to hate speech or violence to advance their political agenda. He also stressed the readiness of the police to investigate all acts capable of disrupting the peace of the nation before, during, and after the elections.
The Inspector General of Police, IGP Suleiman Abba, is seriously concerned that despite several warnings to political actors, their sponsors and collaborators against the recourse to violence and the use of thugs in furthering their political interests, there have been reports of untoward activities in political campaigns and meetings. The IGP notes that it is particularly worrisome that of recent, thugs and miscreants have been employed by some political parties to disrupt and truncate the political campaigns of their opponents. In some instances, stones and missiles have been hurled at the nation's highly respected citizens and leaders. Abusive and demeaning words, and in some instances, offensive vituperations bordering on the macabre have been hurled at opponents. We have also received disturbing reports of the pulling down and defacing of campaign posters. For the avoidance of doubt, the Nigerian police will apply the full weight of the law on any political actor, sponsor, associate, or full soldier who resorts to hate speech or the use of violence to advance his or her political agenda. The unity, peace, and orderly progress of this nation cannot be mortgaged to suit or oil the ambitions of a few.
You're still watching CoreTV News at 4. After the break, APC and PDP presidential campaigns continue around the country. We'll bring you more details after this time out. Join us again.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
If you just joined us, this is CoreTV News at 4, broadcasting live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. For more information on our news and other programs, like our Facebook page, is facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can also follow us at CoreTV News NG. And our YouTube page is youtube.com/CoreTV, there is space, the news. The Ekiti state leg of the presidential campaign rally of the All Progressive Congress has taken place without the much-touted violence, though amid high security. The chieftains of the party, while playing host to the campaign team, condemned the clampdown on some party faithful in the state as Muhammadu Buhari continues to promise better life for the country if elected into power. Our correspondent Rashid tells us more in this report.
The Ekiti State chapter of the All Progressives Congress and the PDP-controlled government in the state have been at loggerheads during the week following the death wish advertorial sponsored by Governor Ayofayoshe and the alleged planned assassination plot against Buhari in the course of his campaign in Ekiti. Therefore, the heavy security beefed up in the state did not come as a surprise to many. These APC stalwarts in the state, however, raised concerns.
Security situation today is good. The only thing is I just received a message now that APC people coming from Efon were blocked on their way here.
APC is a popular party in Ekiti. APC is a popular party in Nigeria. One thing we advise our fellow brothers in the other party, which is PDP, the issue of making billboards, the issue of turning posters, that is not the way to win elections.
The Labour Party candidate at the June 21st, 2014 governorship election, Okpeyemi Bamidele, made a surprise appearance at the campaign venue to drum support for Buhari as leaders of the party state reasons why Ekiti people should vote for it. Buhari later mounted the podium to canvass for the votes of Ekiti people.
Insecurity, unemployment, and corruption. The APC is determined to tackle this from the 30th of May this year head on.
As the All Progressives Congress finally holds its presidential rally in Ekiti, the stage is now set between the PDP-controlled state government and the opposition to slug it out come 14th of February 2015, as they will now jostle for the vote of Ekiti people in deciding who will be the next president of this country between the PDP, President Goodluck Jonathan, and General Muhammadu Buhari. For now, the game is on. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
Meanwhile, the campaign train of the All Progressive Congress moves to Akure, the Ondo State capital, where the party leadership welcomes to its fold some SY PDP members, among them Femi Agagu, former chief of staff and brother of late Ondo State Governor Olusegun Agagu. Here again is Rashid's report.
We must surely overcome terror.
Treating the presidential campaign train to arouse and welcome party supporters alongside some defected PDP members in Ondo State say 2015 belonged to the APC in the state. Chairman of the APC did not agree less.
PDP knows that they have lost. They have lost because in the states where they are stoning Mr. President, those states are controlled by the PDP. In places where he has his own governors, himself and his governors are being stoned. We should ask those governors to explain what has happened between them and their people. What has happened is that the Nigerian people have lost faith and confidence in the President Jonathan government and in the PDP government.
Drawing experience from the botched Walk for Change earlier in the state, party leaders say change is imminent in Ondo, irrespective of efforts to suppress the movement.
Whatever he did not do for 4 years, it means if he has 10 years, he will not be able to do it. He has 6 years to have performed. We are still in darkness.
Nothing, I say nothing shall deter us from moving forward. Not intimidation, not harassment, not oppression, not repression, not any form of tear gassing or even threat.
Governor of Osun State, Raul Faregbeshola, also emphatically believes Ondo is now in the grips of the APC.
We are determined, and the people, by their actions to us, are confirming our expectation that all the elections in Ondo will be won by our party.
How this will translate into victory for the party come February rests with the electorate. Rashid, CoreTV News, Akure.
Residents of Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, were barely allowed to move on major streets of the town as the campaign train of President Goodluck Jonathan arrived the town on Saturday. Speaking at Rama Square, where the campaign rally held, the president, who is seeking re-election, assured the people that everything will be done to end the Boko Haram crisis and commenced the process of rebuilding the towns that had been destroyed by the insurgents in the state. The president equally promised that the rehabilitation of the victims of the insurgents will begin while all the destroyed schools and communities will be rebuilt. He also expressed sadness at the insinuation that the government sponsored insurgency for political reasons, arguing that there was nowhere in the world and no leader, for whatever reason, would allow insecurity in his own country. He, however, admitted that the low turnout of the campaign ground was as a result of the security measures that were put in place.
We must surely overcome terror. We must surely conquer Boko Haram. We must surely return Borno State to what we know as a peaceful state, the state of peace. We must do everything to make sure that all the people kidnapped, including the Chibok girls, get back home.
I want to assure you, Mr. President, if we are going to conduct a free and fair election in Borno State,
as the general elections draw near, Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has called on Lagosians to vote for his parents, which, according to him, the APC governorship candidate Akinwumi Ambode represent. He also urged them to reject his experiment that is being promoted by the PDP for Lagos. Fashola gave the charge at the APC governorship campaign rally in the Badagry area of the state. Hazim Kasali's report and the rally is presented from our studios.
The Lagos State Governor on his arrival threw the already charged crowd into a frenzy. Speaking on his achievements in office, Fashola says the state has continued to make giant strides in all sectors, including a record first ill transplant in the Nigerian health sector.
And working with all our staff in Lasut, this is the feat that has been performed at home. So it means now that the door is open for a lot of our brothers and sisters, our children, who have never had a sound before, that they will begin to hear, because we will expand that project. So it shows you that our law to support disabled and physically challenged people is not about lip service. It's about a deep commitment about how people can get on with their lives if government does what it should do.
APC governorship candidate Akinwumi Ambode says he will explore the tourism potentials of Badagry and promise an employment trust fund for the state.
We have decided we will give you an employment trust fund that will give all of you access to finance. You'll be able to do that job that you've always wanted to do. I was just given a chance like you, and I never really believed I would be where I am today. So I want to give the youths of Badagry that same chance.
APC flags were also handed over to the candidates of the party with a charge on the people to vote APC in the general elections.
With the 2015 general elections around the corner, the president of Women Arise, Joe Okayo-Domaki, has challenged women to cease playing dormant and stereotyped roles in politics. Odomaki, who was on a sensitization tour women in Lagos, Ogun and Oyo State, says it was high time Nigerian women started taking their future in their own hands.
I want women to realize that nobody must ever use us as spare tire. We can never ever allow anyone to use us as spare tire. And no one has the right to talk down on anyone except you've given such a person the permission. Our women must be respected. Our women remain a great life wire for the survival of any entity. And we must always have one thing at the back of our mind, that whatever we do, we must remain good example, positive role model, worthy of emulation.
For her part, a former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Priscilla Koye, says the issue of sex should not be a barrier for a woman to achieve whatever she wants, especially in politics. A point strongly backed by the presidential candidate of Kowa Party, Remi Shonaya, who added that women should equally participate in politics like their male counterparts.
Some men don't want their wives to be politicians. So these are things militating against the women participating in politics.
We want competent, capable women who will be able to stand and speak their mind and be able to contribute significantly to the development of our nation.
You're still watching the CoreTV News at 4. We'll take another break shortly. We'll be back with more stories. Join us again.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical, women being so powerful yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
Outside Nigeria now, Ukraine's interior minister has confirmed that at least 20 people died Saturday when rockets hit Ukraine's strategic government-held port of Mariupol in the wake of Russia-backed rebels' rejection of peace talks. The Eastern Donetsk region police chief said another 86 people were injured in the attack. The morgue has already received 20 bodies, while the number is constantly growing, according to Vyacheslav Abroskin in a televised emergency response meeting convened by Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk. Well, and that's a wrap on CoreTV News at 4. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank Omalape. Bye for now.